All right, guys. It's a wonderful time to be here. Good morning to everybody who's joining me from anywhere you're joining me from. It's one of the best time to actually start making money in this business because today is Monday, and for the past, I think, almost 6 months right now, if not more, Mondays and Fridays are most times the most volatile days, more of volatile trading days in the week. So today it's a very good day to actually take advantage of the volatility in the market, to make some quick cash. All right. So while we're waiting for every other person to join us, let me just quickly do this. So while we're waiting for every other person to join us, I would really appreciate that we take some time to look at the market, take some time to look at the news and see what we can do before we go into the market fully and start taking trades. We're going to be taking about 3 to 4 trades this morning. Euro USD, USD JPY, gold, and probably GBP USD, depending on if we get opportunities in the market. And I'm going to be using the strategy we talked about last week, Thursday, on the moving averages. That's what I'm going to be using on my laptop this morning. That's what I'm going to be using 100%. So let's go ahead to prepare ourselves, because in the next 2 minutes, we're going to be starting. In the next 2 minutes, we're going to be starting. Because we can't keep waiting. There's a lot of things I want us to talk about today. There's a lot of things I want us to do. There's a lot of trades I want us to take, and there is no time, right? So we need to quickly move very fast. So the first thing I want us to check, which is if you have known me, you know that it's a religion for me, right? Is Forex Factory. I like to always know what I'm dealing with for the week. I like to always want to understand what the news is for the week. All right. So for Forex Factory, today is 20th, which is Monday. There is no news whatsoever on Monday. It's not as if there's no news. There's no major impact news on Monday today. So it means that we are trading on just majorly, we're trading on the vibes, right? On the market vibes. So depending on what Trump and the sentiment of people around what he's doing, and then other markets like China. For example, there's a lot of things going on now with the solar market in China, with the solar production in China. So all these things, is what is going to be weighing on investors' sentiments. It's going to be weighing on the market, and it's going to be determining if market is going to be pushing up, pushing down, or going sideways for the rest of the day. But for today, there is no major fundamental outlook. There is no major economic outlook. Now, don't forget, there are 4 types of news. Sorry, there are 2 major types of news, but four pillars, right? The 2 major types of news are the scheduled news and the unscheduled news. Let me repeat that. There are 2 major types of news. We have the scheduled news and we have the unscheduled news. And there are 4 pillars when it comes to the news. We have the political, we have the socio-cultural, we have the environmental, and we have the economic outlook, which is the one we're looking at. All right. So all this one that we're talking about right now is just one aspect, one pillar out of 4. And it's just one type out of 2. So this place where we are now, we're just trying to understand the scheduled news for this week, which means what are the news that has been scheduled to come out this week, that we know they are coming out. We can predict, we can know the time, we know the date, we can predict, to a large extent that this thing is going to be coming out on so time by so dates and all that. But this is just scheduled. We have the unscheduled news. And guess what? The unscheduled news are more powerful than the scheduled news because nobody plans for them. When they come with a wide range of panic, anxiety, which weighs a lot on the minds of investors and minds of traders in the market and pushes the price very, very fast. That's why most times you will do a structure. You will see a structure in the market. You will take your trade with a very good stop loss, take profit. All of a sudden, the market just begins to go against you. Even though your structure was right, don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. It's not because you don't know how to trade or because it's possible that there is an unscheduled news that you were not planning for that has actually happened. And the bad thing about it is that when it happens, you don't know. You might not even know what is going on except maybe 1 hour, 2 hours later. So that's why you need to understand that why it is good to look at this, why it is good to plan ahead for the week. I tell you that you can still have your plans, you can still have your structures, and markets can still go against you. It's normal. That's why you need to always have a stop loss point, and you need to always have what you're doing and how you're doing it. All right. So, but it's very, very good to look at this also because at least this one, you can take advantage of it when price is moving. All right. So on Tuesday, by God's grace, we're going to be having CPI for Canadian dollar by 1:30 p.m. We're going to be having median CPI also Canadian dollar, trim CPI Canadian dollar. Then on Wednesday by 7 a.m. we're going to be having CPI for GPB, which is pounds. On Thursday there is no news. On Thursday, no scheduled news on Thursday. By Friday we're going to be having German flash manufacturing PMI. It's going to be affecting euro. It's going to be affecting pounds. Then by 1:30 on Friday we're going to be having core CPI for dollar. So this is the first time we're going to be getting a major news for the dollar. So there's no major news for the dollar this week, guys. The first major news we're going to be getting is by 1:30 on Friday, core CPI, all right? Month in, month out, and then CPI month in, month out, then CPI year in, year out, right? Then by 2:45, we're going to be having flash manufacturing PMI, you know, and trust me, CPI alone is strong enough, and then you are combining it with PMI, then you need to know that Friday is a day to pay attention to, mostly from 1:30 down to 3 o'clock. You need to pay attention to Friday. Now, that being said, let's quickly go to our chart and let's quickly get a lot of things done very fast so that we can actually move ahead. All right, so I'm on my chart right now. This is Euro USD. Let me just quickly push this to one corner. All right, so this is Euro USD. I'm on my chart. Now, last week, Thursday, for those of you that missed the lecture, I talked about a special strategy that I've been using. It's called, you know, the moving average strategy, where we have two moving averages, the 21 period and the 50 period. And I also promised that I'm going to be putting this into a code. I'm going to be coding this out into a special code that you can call at any time you have your laptop. So this is my laptop right now. I want to use that same strategy to trade all the markets we're going to be talking about. So all I just need to do is to bring out the code. I've already coded this into a working indicator. I'm just going to look for Precious David. Precious David, where is it? So yeah, so this is it. And then I'm just going to call this. And you can see it has changed my chart completely. Let me go to a lower time frame, like the 5 minutes, or let's go to the 15 minutes rather. Sorry. So this is the 15 minutes time frame. Let me quickly increase. I don't know if you can see this. But if you're using your phone to join this webinar, it's always advisable that your phone is landscape, not like this. If your phone is like this, it's always advisable you turn it like this. Enable auto rotate and then turn your phone. Mostly when you're joining this review class and I'm using my laptop, always make sure your phone is like this. But if I'm using my phone, yeah, you can go with this, you can go with this too. But if you're using your laptop, always make sure that your phone is like this, all right? So in this case right now, we are seeing that the market currently is actually consolidating based on the position of the moving average. On Thursday, if you are not in that class, I'm going to be sharing that class on our YouTube page today, EBC Nigeria on YouTube. All you just need to do is to join us on, join the YouTube, subscribe to join the YouTube, and then you can get other lectures that I've done, other special lectures, and including the one that we did on Thursday in case you missed it. Now, I'm also going to be sharing this indicator with the business development managers immediately after this meeting, so you can also get your copy if you are eligible to get your copy for this indicator. But this morning, I just want us to look at how we can take advantage of what the indicator is telling us and how we can take advantage of we can take advantage of what is happening in the market. Now, the first thing you want to notice is that market has been selling for quite some time now, because if you look at this red moving average, I'm on the 15 minutes time frame anyway, you'll discover that the red moving average, which is the 50 period moving average, has been above price for some time, right? Since on the 17th, which is since last week, Friday. And even up to this morning, market was still actually selling until we saw this breakout at this point. So when market was selling, you can see when the indicator were telling you to sell or this buy. Anytime the moving average is above the price, just neglect the buy signal, right? So at this period of time, let me quickly increase this so that we can see it properly. Let me increase this signal so that we can see properly. Excuse me. Let's go to input, colors. Let's have it like this. Okay, great. So all these buy signals, just you want to pay less attention to them. The one you want to pay attention more to is the sell signals. All right, so let's also increase this red to 3. So yeah, since the red moving average is above price, you want to pay attention to the sell signal. So I would have sold here, I would have sold here, I would have sold here, and you can see what price did. I would have also sold here, we saw what price did. This would have hit my stop loss out, and then this was when price eventually reversed to the upside. Now, immediately price reverse to the upside. I've also added to this indicator levels of the support and resistance, or pivot zones where we expect reversals, which means that if I had seen this sell at this point, I would have not taken it. Because taking this sell at this point, we can see where the support zone is. It's too close to the support zone. All right, so it's a very simple indicator, and I'm going to be doing a special video on it today, which I'm going to be sending alongside with it so that you can get your copy from your business development manager, wherever you are in the country or outside the country. It's very, very simple to use and straightforward. Anyway, let's quickly see what we can do with it this morning and how we can take advantage of it to analyze price for this morning. So if you're looking at what price is doing right now, we can see that price is currently consolidating around these particular levels. We can see the key levels here. This is a level of resistance, a level of support, and we are seeing price is just dancing around those levels. So for now, based on this indicator, I want to really stay out, because you can also see that the red moving average, which is the 50-period moving average, and the 21-period moving average, which is the blue moving average, are very, very close to themselves, which means that what it's telling you is that the mean deviation between these two prices it's not looking so good, which simply means in layman's term, there is no volatility in the market. That's all I'm trying to say. All this plenty English I'm speaking. What we are seeing right now is that there is no volatility in the market. When you have a period of volatility, or an area of volatility, you're going to be seeing a very good gap in the market. And don't forget, the reason why this is happening right now, like we have all seen in Forex Factory, is due to the fact that there is some level of low volatility due to the absence of a major fundamental. There is no major news coming up today. So for now, we might still see some slow momentum in the market until maybe later today, where we begin to see some levels of unscheduled news, some level of press releases and all that sentiment begins to come in, and then we can begin to see some level of market movement or momentum. Now, I didn't talk about this too. I also added this to the indicator. It's called the currency strength meter. This currency strength meter will tell you which currency is weak and which currency is strong. If you're looking at this right now, you also discover that, I don't know if you can see it properly because of my laptop, but this is telling me now that euro is the weakest currency among all this basket of currencies right now. So this is also coming with the indicator, which tells you very fast which currency is weak, which currency is strong. Currently right now, euro is actually very, very weak, with a strength of 0.6 compared to dollar, which is 5.2. And we are on euro USD, which tells you that invariably price might likely be pushing up at this point right now. I mean, pushing down at this point right now. So it's very, very unlikely that we might see price pushing to the upside. We might see this consolidation continue, but continue down to the downside to come and retest this level of support. Anyway, based on this moving average, I'm not going to be taking this trade. We're going to be waiting for price to actually start moving for Euro USD before we actually go into this trade. So for Euro USD, guys, we're going to be holding off on this trade because it's not really a good time to take the trade. We are seeing some level of consolidation. We want to see some very good momentum coming into the market, and before we can actually go for our trade. All right. Now let's quickly go to GBP USD and let's see what's happening there also. I'm going to be using the same indicator. I'm just going to load this on my chart. Yeah. Let's go to the 15 minutes time frame. All right, great. GBP USD is looking very great. There's a lot of potential, right now. We are seeing that currently the price has actually crossed. There is a cross of between the 21-period moving average and the 50-period moving average, which signifies that we are seeing the beginning of a potential downward trend. And if you also look here, also there's been a break of structure, a change of character around this point here. All right, there's been a break of structure around this point here. You can see this. All right, this is a break of structure, which means this movement right now has just broken a major level of support, right? So you can see price trading back into that level of support, retesting it and pushing away from it. So this is looking like a continuation to the downside. But probably this might be a second retest of this particular position again, or a second retest of this 21-period moving average. But I am sure that this is the beginning of a downward trend. How am I sure? How do I know? Because the red moving average right now is trading above price. And we can see the blue moving average also, which is 21-period moving average, has actually crossed the 50-period moving average to the downside. This is not a signal to sell, guys. This is just telling you what the trend is looking like. Just like what we looked at on Euro USD, where we say, okay, because they are too close to themselves, there is no clear definition of direction. We don't know what the trend is talking about. So it's pretty simple. So looking at this right now, I can say, okay, this is a potential downward trend. There is a potential downward trend building up. So I should not be looking at anything buying for now. What I'm looking for is opportunities to take a sell in the market, opportunities to be able to take advantage of the downward trend that is about to start, right? So what this means is that I can actually, look at these key levels. This is key level number 1. This is key level number 2. This is another major key level. So the major key level, the swing low, like we used to call it, this is the swing low for market right now, which means this is the major point where we are expecting price to reverse to before any major reversal to the upside. Before any major push to the upside, we expect price to move little by little until it gets to this point. Now, this is GBP USD, so I also want to check the currency strength meter to know which is stronger, which is weaker. If you look at GBP right now, we discover that GBP is at 3.7, guys. The strength of GBP right now is at 3.7, 3.5, and the strength of USD is at 5.2, 5.8. So which tells me that dollar currently is stronger than pounds based on this currency meter. And this currency meter is very, very accurate because it's giving you the reading of the volatility of both, the strength of both currencies, right? So right now, we are seeing that the dollar is actually quite stronger. And this, as we're speaking right now, dollar is quite stronger than the pounds. And we are seeing price actually, we can see that the currency meter is also still moving. So there's a lot of volatility coming from the pounds. We can see some push on the currency meter, but even at that, the dollar still holds its ground. So what it's telling me is that this movement to the upside might not last. Might not last. It's possible. There is a 90% possibility that this thing is not going to last. We are going to be seeing a major reversal to the downside very soon. So what do I want to do? There are two things you can do. There are two major things you can do, and which is what we're going to be doing on this trade this morning. We are going to be going for what is called a sell limit. We're going to be doing a sell limit around this point here, and our stop loss is just going to be above market here. Our take profit, we could take our profit at this point, TP1, TP2, or TP3. So I'm going to be giving you 3 take profit points for this trade. But we're going to be going for a sell limit, guys. So let's quickly do this. Let's quickly do that. So the first thing we want to do on GBP USD is we want to go for a sell limit around this point because I believe the price might attack this blue moving average. We can see. So I've taught you this last week, Thursday. We know that it's possible that price is going to push back into this blue moving average and then before we see a major close below it, right? So we know that anytime price breaks a major structure like this, it might do 1, 2, 3, or even 4 times retest of that major zone. So we're going to be putting our sell limit here, expecting price to push to this point and then reverse back to the downside. Now, what's a sell limit? A sell limit is a pending order. In case you don't know what a sell limit is, it's a pending order that takes your order for you when you want to sell, but market is going up, but you know that the market is going to get to a point where it's going to drop, right? And you have already determined that point based on your level of, based on the structure of the market, which is what we have determined right now with this with this red trend line. And what we are saying right now is that if price gets to this particular point, we are expecting a reversal to the downside. So I want to sell here. Anytime price gets here, that's when I want to sell. What I am doing right now is selling above price, expecting that price will get to this point and then drop down. This is called a sell limit. I am putting a limit to where price is going to buy to before it drops. So limit where I'm saying that this is the limit where price is going to get to before the drop. This is called a sell limit because I want to sell from this point, because I'm expecting a drop from this point, all right? Which is what we're doing right now. Our stop loss for this trade is just going to be above this candlestick here, above this point here. It's a very, very good stop loss point because I expect price to actually respect the red moving average, which is this red moving average here. I expect price to respect this. So we're going to be placing our pending order. Let's go with 1.34. So let me just quickly do this. So this is GBP USD, guys. GBP, Great British Pounds USD, sell limits. If you don't know how to place a sell limit, maybe we're going to be having a special class on that, how to do place pending orders. But it's very, very simple. Once you click on your trade and you want to take your trade, go to pending order. Just click on market execution. You're going to see pending order. If you're using your laptop, if you're not using your laptop, just click on market execution. You're going to see orders, pending order, sell limits, buy stop limits. If you're using an MT5, you might be saying buy stop limit, sell stop limit. Don't worry. Just look for sell limits alone. Sell limits alone. All right. Now, our entry price, which is the price where we want to enter, is at 1.34256. While I'm saying this, guys, how many of you would like to have a special. I'm trying to see if we can organize a special class for beginners for 3 days. A 3-day special class starting from next week. So instead of the one I did on YouTube, which is pre-recorded and can be a little bit, I want us to have like a live class where I take you from the beginning to the intermediate level. If you would like to see that class, you can just drop a chat for me and tell me I would like to be in that class. Let me see if we have like 10 people who are interested. We're going to organize it and we're going to share the dates with you. So our stop loss for this trade is going to be at 1.34307. Our TP for this trade, TP1 is going to be at 1.34131. 1.34131. TP2 is going to be at 1.34057. 1.34057. And TP3, for those of you that want to go for TP3, is going to be at 1.33947. 1.33947. Yeah. Okay, so I can see our feedbacks is up to 10 already. I can see feedbacks from Manvik. Ruthie, I see your feedback. Glory, Ojo, I see your feedback. Ken, I see your feedback. All right, thank you so very much, guys. We're going to be working on it. So I'm going to share the dates with you, with the BDs for next week. We're going to be looking at a 3 days beginner to intermediate class. Where we are. So Mr. Humphrey, I see your feedback also. Yeah. So I'm going to be working on it where we can do it live, me and you. You can ask a lot of questions. I can take you by the hand and teach you how do you place your trade, because I discovered that a lot of us might not understand some things, some basic things, and that you need to understand. I'm also going to be going deep into trading psychology. In fact, the third day, all we're going to be talking about is trading psychology, which is very, very important. Very, very important, right? I got a call this morning from a client of mine. She's a lecturer, and she was just lamenting on the phone. She doesn't know what she's doing wrong. She knows how to trade. She's making money, but most of the times when she has been losing a lot of money, and it's not looking great, and she wants to really understand what's going on. And I know the problem. The problem is trading psychology. She doesn't have a very good trading psychology, and it can be a problem even for traders like us, right? They don't tell you, right? But if you don't have a very good trading psychology, even somebody like me who's very experienced in trading, who is doing all this analysis, you'll be surprised that the person will not be profitable because of the trading psychology. So you take a good trade, but as it's going against you, you jump out. It's due to trading psychology. As you jump out, the trade begins to go in that direction you say it's going to go. It's trading psychology. And then you begin to feel like, are they monitoring me? Is it that when I enter, everything is losing? When I come out, you think, no. It's trading psychology. There's a way to trade. And if you don't understand the emotions that comes with it, you're going to begin to feel like, you are actually not doing the right thing, but it's just your psychology, all right? And it's a very, very painful thing. When I was in those days, there are trades I would take, and it would, I would be losing money, I would jump out and take the next direction. So let's say it's going up, I took a trade to sell because the first analysis was a sell, it was not going up, I jumped out in a loss, and I took a buy. Eventually, the market will begin to reverse. You understand? And then it just goes on like that or like that. Before you know it, your account is blown. No. There's a way to trade, all right? So this is GBP USD. If you're taking the trade, please do. Let's quickly go to gold before we go to our last instrument for today. Then we're going to ask a lot of questions. So next week, guys, let's plan it, put it on our calendar. We're going to be having a major section next week. So probably instead of us having the trade review next week, it's just going to be a beginner's class down to intermediate class, right? So this is gold. Let's quickly go to the 15 minutes time frame to see what's happening here. All right, this is good 15 minutes time frame, and we can see what's going on here. Let me just quickly reduce this. Can I reduce this? Can I reduce this? I think I should be able to reduce this. All right, so let's just reduce this to 5. It's too, I don't like the fact that it's too big. Let's also reduce this to 5, so I can see them. I can. Okay, great. I want to be seeing my price as price is moving. Okay, so we see what price is doing right now in the 15 minutes time frame on gold. I don't need to tell you the market is consolidating. I don't need to tell you. The indicator has told you already. If you see the red moving average and the blue moving average, you can already see a consolidation already. You can see that this is different from this movement. Apart from that, these two major pivot zones are also telling you already. You can see this brown is it brown or red? And then you see this blue. This is a support level. This is a resistance level. It's already giving you already that this is a consolidation. So if I go ahead to actually extend this, you can see what it's looking like. And then I can also put this above here. So gold right now is consolidating around these two major points. Let me just calculate the number of pips in between. In between these two market levels, there's over 444 pips, which is a major thing. So what do I want to do? Well, this is very, very tricky. If I'm trading this alone, how would I go about this trade right now on these two major zones? How would I go about this trade? It's quite simple. If I'm trading this right now, what I want to do is that I want to pay attention to when this market is going to attack this point. We can see that every time price gets to this point, something happens. Let me quickly go back from beginning. Let's quickly look at it together. Guys, I want you to pay attention. Pay attention to what I'm about to share with you. Anytime gold market is consolidating, it's also a good time to make some fast money. If you're a scalper, it's a very good time to make money. What do you need to look out for? Number one, when price gets to these two zones, that is the only time you are interested in trading. You have already marked out the zone. Anytime price gets to those two major zones, that is the only time you are interested. Anytime price is in between this zone, forget about it. Don't even look at the market. All you are waiting for is for price to get to those two zones. When markets get to those two zones, either of those two zones, either the resistance zone or the support zone, then you want to see the reaction of price around those levels. You want to see the reaction of price around those two zones. Is the market going to get a rejection, or is it going to, what is going to happen there? For example, when price got to this point here, we can see this inverted hammer around this point here. We also see this massive rejection around this point here. All right? Now, when price got to this point, we can see this bullish engulfing. In case you don't know what a bullish engulfing is, guys, I keep saying it. Most of us, we are about 20-something people right now on this meeting. I mean, in this meeting right now. Our YouTube page, last week we were about 30, right? Our YouTube page still needs to grow. Let's get to that YouTube page and learn all these things. I've talked about bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing, inverted hammer, and hammer, bullish hammer on the YouTube page. I've done a series about it. The 4 most powerful candlesticks you need, they're on the YouTube page. Guys, go and watch these videos because these are not things I'm just sharing with you. I'm not part of those people that just, if I don't practicalize it, if I don't see result, I don't share it, right? I have made a lot of money from these guys. Trust me, these guys are simple things that you need to just add to your strategy to make your strategy look like if you're a genius. There's no genius about it. It's just market structure. Anytime you see these candlesticks, bullish engulfing, bearish engulfing, inverted hammer, bullish hammer, around key zones like this, it's a very good time to make money from them, all right? So what I'm going to pay attention to is when markets come to these two zones, what happens next, right? So we have a bullish engulfing here. Of course, I would have taken my buy. We had an inverted hammer here. I would have taken a sell. We had an inverted hammer, a bearish engulfing here. I would have taken my sell. What happened here? We had, okay, this is not really a hammer. This is actually another type of candlestick, which we have not talked about earlier. But based on my experience, I have actually taken a buy here around this point too. So now market is going to this point again. What is going to happen? Market is approaching this level of 4267.24 again, guys. What's going to happen? Do you think it's going to drop? Do you think it's going to go down? What is really going to happen? Now, what we need to do is we need to do two things. Either we can wait for price to get there and then we see the reaction, or we use a sell limit order. But for gold, I would like for us to wait for this to happen. So while this is happening, let's go to USDJPY and see if we can analyze USDJPY. And then lastly, we'll come to gold so we can trade this one live. We can do it together live this morning. So let's go to USDJPY very fast. So in the USDJPY too, we are also seeing, so there's a lot of massive consolidation for mostly USD pairs, as we have been able to see in all the pairs that we have been analyzing. We are also seeing this consolidation happening also on GBP USD. But for this one, since this is USDJPY, JPY right now is very, very strong. JPY has a strength of 8.7, 8.9 on the currency meter. So, and USD also has a strength. USD strength has even gone down to around 5.1, 4.1, right? So JPY is still looking very, very strong compared to the USD. That does not mean that price might begin to drop soon anyway, but that's tells you that you want to be careful on a buy trade, all right? You want to really be careful on a buy trade. Though we know that the Japanese yen section is almost over. If it's, okay, it's totally over. And we are moving, this is currently the London section. We are moving very fast into the USD section very soon, around 12. By 12.1, we're already fully in the US market, and that could bring some level of strength to the dollar. It can also be some level of weakness to the dollar, depending on the market sentiment. So what we want to do for this trade right now is I want us to go for a buy stop order. So on USDPY, I want us to do a buy stop order that takes advantage of market if price breaks this resistance here. All right. So this is a major resistance here around this point. So I want us to do a buy stop order if price breaks 150.844, and then our take profit is going to be at this point. Our take profit is going to be at this point. Why am I going for this? Why am I going for a buy stop order? Because at the higher time frame, or on the higher time frame, I can see clearly that the blue moving average has just crossed the red moving average, and the red moving average is trading below price. I can see it clearly. So I know that there is a potential buy coming up, even though it might not come up now, but there is a potential buy coming up that I need to take advantage of, and I want us to also be in that trade when that happens, all right? So what we're going to be doing right now is going for a buy stop on USDJPY. Our entry price is going to be around 150.861. Our stop loss is going to be below here. Let me just quickly type this in. Let's say USD JPY buy stop. All right, so our entry price for this trade is going to be at, like I said, 150.865. We're looking at 150.865 per dollar. I mean, per Japanese yen. Our SL is going to be just below market structure here. So this is like a 1:2 trade, guys. 150.709. 150.709. If you're taking this trade, you can take it with 0.01. If you don't have much capital, you can take it with it. Just make sure that you're taking this trade with a very good lot size that manages your capital properly. Our TP is going to be at 151.067. 151.067. All right, this is for USDJPY. This is for USDJPY. All right, so we're waiting to see what price is going to do, but based on the higher time frame, what I'm saying on the 1 hour time frame, I know that there's bound to be a push to the upside, at least down to this point. Down to this point. Okay. So lastly, let's quickly look at gold, which is going to be the last one. So looking at gold, if we haven't, wow, guys. Can we see this? Can we see this? I'm just waiting for this candle to close. I'm waiting for this candle to close, and I'm going to be taking a sell on my gold. I'm going to be locked in. Our stop loss is just going to be here. I'm doing this one. I'm doing it live. My stop loss for this trade is going to be here. I'm targeting below here. I'm just waiting for this market to close. Once it closes as a pin bar, once this market closes as a pin bar, what's a pin bar? A pin bar is, this is a pin bar. All right, so a pin bar, this is a pin bar. A pin bar is when you have, and then there is a small, you understand? So once this market closes as a pin bar, guys, I'm going into this trade, sell. We're selling this trade. We're selling this, we're selling gold. This is on the 15 minutes time frame. I can't wait. Let's go to a lower time frame. Let's go to a 5 minutes time frame. Okay, guys, so this is a bearish engulfing pattern already on the 5 minutes time frame. I'm taking a sell. So I'm going to be doing this on my account, on my real account, on my phone. This is also a live account here, but let me just take it from my phone. Sell. I'm going to be selling with 0.05. So please choose your lot size properly. I'm in that trade already. I'm in the trade already. Our stop loss is going to be at 4272.72. I'm already in profits, guys, but we still have a long way to go anyway. 42 stop loss is at 4272.72. Modify. 4272.72. So I'm risking about around 55 pips. 55 pips. Yeah, so I'm risking 55 pips to make about 400 pips. Let's quickly check. Is it up to 400? I took my trade here. My TP is going to be around this point. Okay, let's say 378 pips. It's not bad. So our TP is going to be at 4223.97. So let me modify that. 4223.97. So if this trade goes in our direction, we are going to be making about 370 something pips in profit. It's not bad for a Monday morning. It's not bad. We're already locked in. We're locked in, guys. Locked in. Locked in. All right? It's not bad for a Monday morning. It's not bad for a Monday morning. It's not bad. So let's see how the trade plays out. Let's see what happens in the market. Let's see if this thing is going to continue the consolidation. We're already locked in. All right? If it takes us out, all well and good. We're going to look for opportunities to actually take the trade in a buy. But like I said, there is no major fundamentals happening right now. So we should see price actually probably go back to retest again, but then push down, because we have seen this happening severally. And we know that this is a strong level of resistance for now. And there's a major consolidation happening. Do you have any questions based on what we've talked about today? Like, I've seen a lot of us feedback. I've seen our feedbacks. Our trade on GBP USD has triggered. If you took that trade, the trade has triggered already. And we are already in, we're looking at our stop losses, our stop loss also for that trade. So let's see what price is going to do. Euro USD is still consolidating, so right now it's not really a good time to look at that. But our trade on GBP USD has triggered, and our trade on gold also is currently ongoing. USD JPY, we're still waiting for price to actually break this level of resistance before we enter. We can see price pushing down again right now, so we are expecting price to break here before we can jump in. Like I told you, JPY is still very, very strong. It has even pushed to 9.4. So guys, I'm going to be sharing this indicator after this meeting right now with everyone. For the BD team so that they can share with you. So let's make sure to ask for the indicator. I'm going to be sharing it immediately we finish. Please, I've also seen our feedbacks. Next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to be having, the training Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. So let's make sure to pay attention to that. And let's also make sure to save the date. For gold, the trade is actually an instant trade for gold. We took the trade. Oh, guys, are you seeing what's happening on gold? Oh, my God. Are we seeing what's going on gold? $7 up right now. $7 up right now. $7 up right now. All right, the name of the indicator is Precious David. All right, the name of the indicator is my name. You can see it's here, property of Precious David. All right, guys, $7, $8 up right now in profit. If you are taking the trade, if you are comfortable with it, you want to leave, it's fine. You can always close in profit at any time. But I'm holding this for a long time. I want to see I want to see the potential of this movement. All right. So if there are no questions, I would like to call it a day here. This is 44 minutes past 10. Yes, so property of Precious David. All right, I want to appreciate everyone for joining. I know some people have already left due to work. Today is Monday, I understand. I hope they were able to take some of those trades, take some of those opportunities. I'm going to be seeing us again on Wednesday. Let's make sure to join our YouTube pages, our Instagram pages, our TikTok pages. We are ABC Nigeria on all platforms. ABC Nigeria on all platforms. Let's also invite people for this meeting because it can also help a lot of people to actually get themselves started in financial trading without being scammed, without paying for courses, paying for mentorship. We don't do all that here. Just straight to education and everything is free. All right, so guys, if there are no questions, I'm going to be seeing us on Wednesday. I remain your brother in wealth, Precious David. Let's have a wonderful day ahead. Let's have a wonderful week and let's have a profitable month ahead. I'm going to see us on Wednesday.